Good evening, viewers, and thanks for joining us on Hotspot for this week. Thanks to our major sponsor, Hugo Canning, through its Ocean Blue tuna brand. And look who we have back on the show, none other than Cecil Davani, missing in action.
Yes, it's good to be back. Thank you, Marie. I've been doing a bit of traveling. Just returned from Fiji recently with the PNG women's team.
He looks tired, doesn't he?
A lot of traveling.
So tell us how it went down in Fiji.
The girls finished fourth. We finished behind New Zealand, who won the tournament, Australia, and we were just pipped by Fiji in the third and fourth playoff there. So unfortunately, we didn't qualify for the World Cup, but we did very well. The girls did really well.
There's a little story about the game against Fiji.
Yeah.
They said there were a couple of tries that were allowed that shouldn't have been.
Yeah, a couple of dubious calls, but you know that's the nature of the game, so we can't dwell on that. But it was a much better performance from the last time we met them at the SB game. So slowly improving, we're getting there. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's great to have Cecil back. Well, we'll start off with round 18 of the Digicel Cup, and the Muruks beat Gurias 16-4. Miox beating the Lions 32-14. Vipers beat the Eagles 16-12, and Lahanis beat the Tigers 24-8 there. And Cecil, you'd like to give us a rundown of the ladder? Yeah,
the ladder. After that weekend's round, we see the top 5 heading into the finals, with the Gurias finishing as minor premiers on 28 points, followed by the Anga Miox on 26 with the Mendi Muruks, the Port Moresby Vipers on 24 with the Bintango Goroka Lahanis on 22, running up the top 5. So big matches this weekend. Yes, and we'll head on to, well, let's just head on to NCD Volleyball, and we'll head into the results of the men's premier. We have Elamotos beating Yumi at 3-2, and Scorpions beating Vanama 3-2 as well. And in the women's premier, Cecil. Yes, in the women's premier we had Snipers defeated Vailima 3-2. And After Dark defeated Scorpions 3-1. Yep, and that was the elimination rounds for NCD Volleyball. So good on you, those that had a win on the weekend. Now we head into round 23 of NRL. Cecil, some interesting results there. Yeah, unfortunately for my Broncos, we couldn't get up. The Dogs came from the death to beat us there, 22 to 14. Yeah. It's not like you want to remember the scoreline. Nah, not really. And Sea Eagles having a win over the Rabbitohs 23-6. Storm having another win there, 24-16. Then we have the Eels beating the Roosters 36-22. And the West Tigers there, Cecil? Yeah, the West Tigers defeated the Dragons 22 points to 12, so they hit some form too leading into the finals. A lot of big games coming up this weekend. Should be interesting. The Cowboys beating the Warriors 52-12, and the Raiders beating the Panthers 20 points to 10. Yes. Yes, and Cecil, Capital Rugby Union, how was it over the weekend? Yeah, Capital Rugby played its final matches on the weekend, and we head into the finals this weekend. So all the top 4s have been set in stone. So this weekend the final start should be good. Should be some good matches played there. Great stuff. We'll be looking forward to heading down there this weekend. And we'll go for a break now. After the break, Marie caught up with the PNG Paralympics team that flew out for London earlier this week. The Team PNG Paralympics team flew out to London earlier this week to participate in the Paralympic Games, and this is what they had to say before their departure. Yes, and we did have the chance to catch up with the Paralympics teams just as they were about to leave. We have with us the contingent that's going. We'll first speak to the team manager, Rosemary Mawe. Rosemary, how have preparations gone for the team?
Oh, it's been pretty good. We had Timothy down here for a training camp since July. Him and his coach Jeffrey. So it's been pretty good. As you all know, Francis is in Brisbane. He's based in Brisbane and he's training there. So it's all good.
Rosemary, would you be able to tell us what events the two will be taking part in?
Okay. Powerlift Timothy is our powerlifter, and his category is 75 kg. So he's basically lifting under the 75 kg category. Francis Compound, he's running in two events, the 100-meter sprint, T46, and the 200-meter as well. Yeah.
What are your expectations for our team?
Well, we don't want to put any pressure on our athletes. The only thing we want them to do is to do their best and to make our country and all our sponsors and all our people proud.
I'm pretty sure the country is proud as well. Okay, we'll just speak to Timothy. Timothy, I understand this is your first time going to London.
Yeah, it's my first time go to London. Yeah, but I'm trying best I'm making thinking focus training how lift long and me but thinking making good stuff.
Okay, Timothy, me personally, you must get something like you like talk thank you, lo support lo.
Yeah, me to thank you through long sponsor me all get a sponsor me BSP diesel le motos now get another sponsor race me thank you through na. Thank you to long postman me Bennett Chan, President me Dr. Ma Bentero na line me you said we also help me long and I'm to thank you through long some line lo morumbe na line lo hela na some all get out shit help me now so sabot me long I'm to thank you through na adog long bam block show him lo tamlo nisimul get strong problem bam show him tamlo lo England amigo.
Thank you. Namika, wish you good luck and all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, lastly, Rosemary, just for viewers' benefit, how long does the Paralympics games take place over there?
Well, the opening ceremony is about 2 weeks. So the opening ceremony is on the 29th of August at the end of this month. Yeah, and then I believe the closing ceremony is on the 9th of September. Yeah, so it's basically about 2 weeks. So we're basically going in ahead. We'll be in a training camp.
Climatizing as well?
Yes, climatizing and getting used to the conditions and all that. And together with the other Oceania team. So basically from here we fly to Singapore. And then from Singapore, we meet up with Francis Compound and his coach from Brisbane. And then from there, we meet with all the other Oceania athletes as well. And then we fly on from Singapore direct to London.
Okay, Rosemary, at this point, are you able to tell us what dates the two athletes will be taking part in?
Yes, Timothy, our powerlifter, will be competing first. Timothy will be on the 3rd of September and Francis on the 6th of September. Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking time out. I know you have to catch your flight now. And we do wish our Paralympics team all the best. And we hope to see you when you get back. Okay, we'll go for our break now. When we come back, there's lots more on Hotspot.
Welcome back to the show, everybody, and I'm down here at the Bava Park, the home of PNG Rugby, and we're lucky enough to be joined by current PNG Sevens captain and PNG Sevens stalwart, Mr. Douglas Guys. Dougie, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us on the show here today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Good, Dougie, and I believe you guys are preparing for the World Cup qualifiers. How have preparations been so far for you guys?
Preparation's been pretty good. Been in camp for about 3 weeks now, leaving this Friday. Been pretty good under the coaches Warren Jennings and Al Manning, mostly concentrating on fitness especially and a bit of nutrition and diet.
Okay. You mentioned coaches Al Manning and Warren Jennings. They're not recognized Sevens coaches, however they have vast experience in the game of rugby union. How have they been with the boys?
They've been very good. Warren Jennings assisted with Coach Shane Howarth last year with the Sevens team and the 15s national team. It took us a couple of sessions last year when Shane was away, so he knows the systems in place. And Al's been around for a while been involved with the national unions, so it's not too much difference. All the systems are there and they've just built on from there.
Yeah. The team, we've kept a lot of the same players, the bulk of the core squad in the Lillikets, the Albert Levis and the Monty Diavas, but there are a couple of new faces in the team. What do you think they bring to the squad, as well as Who do you think's been training well, and who do you think will perform for the Pukpuks while you're on tour?
As I said, the nucleus of the team has been brought over from last year, so there's a good blend of experience and a lot of youth, especially in this team. And with youth comes a lot of enthusiasm and especially speed this year. A bit of raw talent, and I think the coaches have done well in the last few weeks, giving them identifying their roles. And I'm really looking out for Timothy Pola from the Rebels, probably another Lee Lickett in the making there, as well as a young fellow from East New Britain, Hensley Peters. He's got a pretty good step, so I reckon he'd go well this tournament. Yeah, the
NJ always seems to bring out a lot of good talent there. Personally, Dougie, you've been involved with a number of different teams now. You've been around for a few years. What's special about this team, and what do you think this team can do for rugby in the country as well as in the Pacific?
Yeah, as I said, we've been in camp for 3 weeks now, and it's probably one of the fittest teams, if not the fittest, and it's got a lot of speed. Probably one of the quickest teams I've been involved with right across the board, and we try to utilize that in this tournament to our advantage. Yeah.
And personally, how's the body holding up?
Getting there. We're all right. Yeah. The coaches have done well with our fitness training and also our recovery, so it's all right. I'll be okay.
Good, that's good to hear. What advice can you give for young kids that are coming up through the ranks that want to not only play for Sevens but represent their country, not only in rugby but in other sports as well?
I just say to work hard and make yourselves goals and always try to achieve it as much as you can, as furthest as you can go with it. And if you, especially in rugby, especially when you're playing a team sport, always remember you're part of a team. Whatever you do on and off the field affects the team. Yeah, so just think about that. Any actions you do, that's about it. Yeah.
So there you have it, wise words from a very wise man, current PNG Sevens captain, Mr. Douglas Guys. Thank you for being on the show, Dougie, and we wish you, Warren Jennings, Al Manning, and the rest of the team all the best in the World Cup qualifiers to come. Please join us after the break, where we will bring you a roundup of all the action that will be shown right here on your number one, MTV.
Welcome back, and it's time to wrap up the show. But before we do go, let's take a look at the local draws as well as the MTV Sports Guide. We start off with round 19 of the Digicel Cup. The Mioks will be doing battle with the Muruks. The Vipers will be going up against the Lahanis, and the Gurias will have the bye this Sunday. And heading to our screens now, Cecil.
As we move over to the Sports Guide, on Friday night football at 7:30, we've got NRL round 24. The Bulldogs take on the hot West Tigers, while at 9:30, the Broncos take on the Storm and hope to get a victory there.
Hope they manage to win the Storm. And on Saturday, we have 8 p.m. we have the Senza Rugby Championship, Australia versus New Zealand. That will be coming to you live here on MTV. And at 11 p.m. we'll have NRL round 24, the Raiders taking on the Roosters there in a delayed telecast. And that's a wrap for this week's show, Cecil.
Yep, thank you for, it's good to be back. I'll definitely be around for next week's show.
Hopefully we have Cecil next week, and hopefully Billy Rapilla joins us as well.
Yeah, from his little visit to the Queen, yeah.
The Olympics.
Yeah, he's been uploading a couple of photos there, so should be good to have Billy back on board.
Well, yep, we'll join you same time next week.
Yep. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Hugo Canning, for making this show possible. Join us same time. We'll see you all then.
Good night.